And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for season 2 of Picard, the first episode. Thanks to Amazon for giving us the screenings. It's been a bit difficult to understand what's going on with where this platform is an original. So CBS had the original, and then it was bought by Amazon in the UK and a few other places. So it's an original on Amazon, and CBS is now Paramount Plus. That's where it's streaming, so it's all over the place. Nevertheless, the first episode has aired yesterday, and supposedly it's airing today on Amazon Prime. I still couldn't see it there, so let me know if you're in the UK or other places where Picard is an original, if you've seen it yet. It might be a timed release for a certain time, but normally when it comes to originals, Picard or other original series would air midnight on Amazon, depending on where you are. So let me know if you do get to see this. I'm here to talk about it, kind of non-spoilers, but it is out now, so I'm kind of recapping what's happened, skirting around the edges. It's mostly what you would have seen in the trailer, so it should be okay for you to watch if you're wondering whether you should get stuck into this. But for now, let's jump in. So Picard Season 2, Episode 1 picks up, as you'd expect, where Season 1 finished, although it's been some time. It's more kind of recapping of what's happened to our characters since, where they're going to be, who's in the academies. One of our characters now is the captain of a starship, and when I saw him as the captain of the starship, I was a little bit grieved of how he was captaining the starship with a cigar in his mouth, legs crossed over the armchair. It just felt disrespectful. Let me know in the comments if you had that gut reaction when you saw it, because I was just like, hang on a minute, there's meant to be respect and authority when you're captaining a starship from Star Trek. And I was just like, that is not how you do it, but seems accurate to the character, so maybe that's just me. The first season met with a bit of controversy when it comes to the fans. It was really split, and I totally get it. When I watched the first episode of Picard Season 1, I was enthralled because I actually thought it was a great action. Picard didn't have that many speeches, but then throughout the rest of the series, they really kind of went into the psyche of what's happening with Picard and this theology of kind of doing his preaches. And there were a couple of speeches from Patrick Stewart's character, Jean-Luc Picard, that were great, but there was a lot of monologuing and trying to, teach the audience something, and it just felt like it was too much. It seemed like they took what worked in Star Trek when Captain Jean-Luc Picard was captaining his starship, and then embellished it to a place where it didn't really work. So this time around, they kind of had to fix all that, but still keep to what made this show kind of good. I know you're probably going to have mixed feelings because it definitely had a split audience. But the thing that stood out for me in this episode is they've kind of gone, do you remember this character? Do you remember this character? If you've seen the trailer, you'll be like, I remember Guinan. I remember the Borg. I remember. And it does feel like, do you remember? There's a big reveal at the end of episode 1 with a character that is very famous for being in Star Trek and having some of the most interesting weird arcs. So I'm looking forward to what they do with that. But I'm hoping it's not just a way for them to do something else like a timey-wimey thing. I was hoping that we were going to continue with the storyline. It also starts off with here's a big action sequence. Now let's go back in time and we'll build up to that action sequence, which is really annoying because as they obviously felt like the initial place where this series starts is Jean-Luc in his vineyard and he's really happy, having a great day, but they thought that was too slow. So it would be like action sequence, Jean-Luc Picard, now we're working up to where the characters are and how we lead up to that moment, which just shouts of, I don't have a lot of faith in my series, so we're going to do this way. So here's a bit of action and then we can do a bit of drama and build up those characters. A lot of series do that at the moment, where there's a big action. Obviously some executives have gone in their board like, this is too slow, we can't start a series like this, let's have this action piece, we'll build up to it. And it takes the mystery out of it if you kind of know what's going to happen. Now, there is more mystery after the bit that we've seen already, but once you get there, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is how we get there, and now I know that. So it's kind of feels like it's all over the place, and it's trying to be the original Star Trek, but also it's trying to be Picard. It's a very difficult world to navigate, to get right, and I think it's enjoyable. I enjoyed it mostly, but I think I enjoyed the pilot for season 1 more, which has me concerned because, as you know how the the series goes. There are some favorites that are coming back, 7 of 9. They're all playing their parts, and some of those characters you may have come to enjoy from season 1, I think you'll enjoy. They really are still playing with the Picard character of what we know about him, because we don't actually know much about him, so we see a bit like of things, even in episode 1, what's happening in his past as a child and what kind of shaped his mind to becoming a starship captain. His mother, speaking to him and shaping his destiny almost. There is a lot of that. And so we have a very contemplative Picard once again, looking off into the distance when people ask him things. And it's filmed beautifully, it looks great, and when there are fight sequences, it's very exciting. But I'm still very much on the fence with this series. We're only going to get 3 seasons. It's a contained arc, season 1, 2, and 3. So they're not going to keep drawing it out. They have an idea where they want to go, which is great. So at least they know that there is an arc and a story. And they're doing new things with established lore as well, which I know some fans get uppity about, but I'm interested to see what they do with the Borg particularly. I think that's going to be a big focus of the series. So let me know your thoughts below about this first episode of season 2. Are you still on board, or did you not like season 1, or did you not mind season 1 at all and thought it was doing its own thing? Love to hear your comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you are a Trekkie. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.